Only on 7 News, allegations of a cover-up, waste, fraud, and violations of law, all described in detail to our senior investigative reporter, Lisa Fletcher, as part of an exclusive interview that we aired Sunday and Monday with the former head of D.C.'s long-troubled 911 Office of Unified Communications.
Tonight, more as the former director tells Lisa that she lost her job trying to get answers about what was fueling the problems at 911 and to what extent D.C. leadership may have been covering up problems rather than fixing them.
You saw a lot of things when you were there. What specifically did you see that you think the mayor desperately wanted to cover up?
I think the mayor desperately wanted to cover up the ineptness of the staff and the leadership. It was very clear that the staff did not have the training to lead or mentors. That's where all the errors came from.
For 14 months, Cleo Subito led D.C.'s 911 Office of Unified Communications, taking over as the previous director, Karima Holmes, quit when an audit of the agency was announced during a firestorm of serious mistakes.
It was the culture of fear there. That's how the leaders led. They made people afraid to lose their jobs, which actually you think would make things better, but it doesn't. It only makes more errors.
Subito says to fix the errors, she began to identify them, but was shut down at every turn. Amid serious staffing shortages, she says she discovered people who were not working but receiving pay and or benefits. And when she wanted to investigate, was told if she did, she'd be fired.
And so at that point, I had to completely ignore it.
Subito says to keep the truth hidden about operations and performance, 80% of public information requests, or FOIAs, were being denied, compared to about 5% of justifiable denials in other jurisdictions she's worked. Subito says she believes most of OUC's FOIA rejections were in violation of law. She says public safety advocate Dave Statter is one of those who was routinely denied information. He says this goes way beyond a violation of law.
Not just withholding information. They have distorted, if not outright lied in the past with their information, including data on the number of calls where there were errors. Every year they provided that data to the DC Council. And as I proved a number of years ago, it wasn't correct. So it's not just the fact that they may be breaking the law and not providing the information. The information they do provide is not trustworthy. You can't rely on it.
Subito told us she refused to lie to the D.C. Council about the actual number of mistakes happening at the agency. Were you led to believe that the mayor was unhappy with your transparency with the D.C. City Council?
100%, 1,000%. There was no way I was going to do it, and of course it made her furious.
And instead of addressing the issues Subito presented, Bowser neither backed her nor showed outrage over the problem, but instead praised the workers. In this July 2021 meeting, when the police chief was asked if he was satisfied with how OUC operated, Bowser jumped in, did not answer the question, and instead defended staff.
Were you satisfied with how things operated at the OUC?
Well, let me just say this, Chief. We are recruiting. Let me say something about our OUC employees. I've said this frequently. When I became mayor, these were among the most stressed out employees in D.C. government.
Anything that came up that was contradictory to her rhetoric that the OUC was great under wonderful leadership and doing everything they could, if it was contrary to that, it would not be tolerated.
Statter says Bowser's tie to the union that represents the workers is far too cozy, and why he says 911 will never be fixed on her watch.
It would be nice if Mayor Bowser finally admitted there were problems at OUC and stopped covering up what's going on. We will not fix 911 without knowing what's going on, and the only way you're going to know what's going on is transparency.
As for Subito, she's filed a lawsuit against the mayor and D.C. under the Whistleblower Protection Act for being retaliated against and fired when she says she tried to fix the problems at the agency.
All right, so Lisa, talking about next steps then. Has a trial date been set for her?
It has not. It's still too early for that. Her attorneys tell me that the case is now in the discovery phase, which means information is being gathered and exchanged from both sides. And this is really important because information that is relevant to the case that the district may have wanted to keep under wraps now may be released to Subito's attorneys.
And you're still waiting to hear from Bowser's administration.
We would love to hear from Mayor Bowser. We requested an interview and were declined.
Okay. We know you'll stay on top of it.
All right.
Lisa, thank you.